Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at voicemail settings on your PC. You can only configure your voicemail settings on a computer. You cannot do it on a mobile device. You can access your voicemail box on your mobile device or your computer, but you can only configure or change the voicemail settings on your PC. All right, so here we are. We're back on Microsoft Teams, and we're at the calls tab. I got my dial pad. I got my phone number. So I'm in the right place. To get to the voicemail settings, we're going to click on the three little dots up here next to your little logo. Okay, and we have the settings. We're going to click on that. You're going to go down to calls. All right, you're going to go to voicemail, configure voicemail. Click on that button. All right, and here are all your wonderful voicemail settings that you can change and play with as much as you want. In the next video, we're going to actually record a greeting. That's a whole process that takes a minute or so. So we'll do that later. You have your call answer rules. You have a greeting language. Ooh, fancy. You have a text to speech customized greeting option, which is awesome. And you have an out of office greeting settings as well. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's come up here to the call answer rules. All right, you can play your greeting and end the call. You can let the caller record a message. You can let the caller record a message and then be transferred to somebody else. If you want to transfer to somebody else, you're just going to type in that person's name here. If you want to let's say I want all my calls to transfer to Ed, I would type in Ed's name. All right, and then it's done. All right, and then click OK, and then all my calls will be transferred to Ed. You can also type in a number, and all my calls would be transferred to this number if I so choose. So that's a really cool feature. You can end the call without playing your greeting. You can play your greeting and end the call, and again, transfer as well. So for now, I think I'm going to let the caller record a message, and we'll call that good. For your greeting language, if you don't have a recorded greeting already, you can have the pre-recorded voice or the robot or auto attendant actually speak in different languages to say leave a message after the beep. So if you deal a lot with, I don't know, Chinese patients, you can actually choose Chinese simplified and have that pre-recorded voice speak in Chinese saying, hey, please leave a message after the beep. For now, I think I'll use English. You can also just do text to speech to record your greeting. So, for example, if I didn't want to record my voice, I could type in, I could type in what I would want the pre-recorded voice to say, and then it would do that for me for my custom greeting or my out-of-office greeting. Okay, so that's the next thing. Great segue. There's two different greetings you can have. You can have a personal custom greeting, all right, and this is your typical voicemail greeting where you're saying, hey, this is Ryan. I'm not at the phone right now. Please leave your name and number and I'll get back to you. Okay, and again, I can text that or I can record that. You also have a second greeting, which is your out of office greeting. This is where you're on vacation. You're at a conference. You're not going to be at the office for at least 2 or 3 days, right? So you would create a greeting just for that. Like, hey, this is Ryan. I'm not going to be in the office for a week. So please leave your name and number. And when I get back in the office on Friday, May 2nd, I'll give you a call back. That way, they know that you're not going to be there for a while. So that's wonderful that you have a second greeting there for those occasions. All right, so you have those two greetings that you can either type and have the pre-recorded voice say that, or you can record your own greeting with your voice. For your out-of-office greetings, you can specify when you want that out-of-office greeting to play when you get a call. So you can have it all the time. Maybe you're never coming to work. Maybe it's going to be 3 months, and and you're not going to be in office. Anytime somebody hits the voicemail box, every time they're going to hear the out of office greeting instead of your personal greeting. You can also have it link up with your Outlook. When you have auto replies for your emails saying, "Hey, I'm on vacation. I'm out of office for 2 weeks," you can actually have your voicemail out of office greeting link up with Outlook. Which is pretty cool. You just got to change the settings here and make sure your Outlook has an auto reply for all your emails. You can also do it when you have a calendar event on your Microsoft calendar. So if you have a event on your Microsoft calendar, you can have your out of office greeting play specifically when you're at an event on your Microsoft calendar. So those link up as well. Again, you just need to put the check mark here, and again, make sure there's an event on the calendar. And whenever that time is, it'll say, hey, I'm out of office. Okay, which is pretty cool. Great thing having Microsoft, because you can link up all these different programs, right? Okay, so for now, I'll just have all the time for my out of office greeting. And that all looks good, so I'll click OK. One other thing I want to show you is how to forward all your calls to voicemail. All right, so that's not going to be in the settings. That's actually going to be down here. So if you're at your dial pad, you see my work number, right? If you go down here to where there's like a little handset and an arrow pointing to the right, there's a drop down. Okay, and you have some forwarding options. Right now, I don't want to forward any of my calls to voicemail. So don't forward my calls to voicemail. So whenever somebody calls your phone, it's going to ring and ring and ring and ring and ring and ring and ring, and then it'll go to voicemail. Or if you want them to go straight to voicemail and not ring, you just click forward to voicemail. All right, and when you do that, somebody calls, it doesn't ring your phone, it goes straight to voicemail. Okay, we do have a tab that says more settings. That just takes you back to the settings page that we were just at. Yeah, see, we have voicemail, configure voicemail. We were just there. So we don't need that. You have a custom setup, but this is not for voicemail. This is for some different settings that we'll look at later. All right, so that is voicemail configuration in a nutshell. Again, my name is Ryan Anglin, and I work for Vision Data and Communication Services, and I will see you in the next one.